Thank you for joining me on my channel, Mazaroth Messages, or Mazaroth Tarot. I can't remember what it is. Regardless, I'm doing a part two. I could throw in signs if I see any signs, any astrological signs. I will throw that in there. But this is another one of my conspiracy conversations. It's actually going to be my second installment. I do use masculine and feminine energy pronouns where it does call for it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I do have, because for my conspiracy conversations, I do talk about the Bible a lot. If you don't know, Mazaroth is a biblical term and it represents astrology. So I'm just going to be breaking it down. Again, it is the way that I read it, is the way that I see it. Because in the beginning, things were formless. In this beginning, things were formless. When I think of forms, I don't know why I think of picture. You got to be able to see the big picture. Sagittarius resonate. So before I could start to read the Bible, I had to learn how to read tarot cards, so on and so forth. So we are going to start from the very, 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 very beginning. And you know what? I don't know what this is. I feel like this is some sort of cow leather. We got beef. I don't know what it is. But anyway, we are going to start from the very beginning. And because I don't want it to be too long, and I kind of, where I leave off, because I didn't get too far, I think I'm just, I kid you guys not, I am just on the second page. Because there's so much to dissect from just 4.5 paragraphs. So, let's go ahead and get into it, you guys, if you're interested. And I do have some pictures here. All right, so Genesis, we are starting off at Genesis 1. Genesis 1, it states that in the beginning. It calls it the beginning. 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 You know what is so weird? When I hear beginning, I think of New Guinea. And I don't know where that is. But Guinea sounds like a pig to me. I don't know. Beginning. Again. It's a begin, not again. But being, I don't know why it's being something. But it also says begging. It says beg. I don't know why I'm seeing beg there. But anyway, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. Now, I want you to stay cognizant of the word created, because later on in this same verse, God is going to verbatimly make something. He made something. But here it says that God created. A creator versus a made. What's the difference between a made and a creator? In the beginning, God created the heavens. And I also want you to keep cognizant of the word God. I was looking at the word God. I was looking at other biblical names that start with Geo. Because I've already talked about Geo before, right? You have geographics, which is like where you live and stuff like that. But they just put an E in the middle to distract you from Geo. When I look at Geo, I also think about the color green, right? Because traffic lights, we've been programmed to think that Geo is synonymous with the color green. The only other thing that I know that is green is money, at least American money, take it however it resonates, and like land, and so property, plots, things like that. Also, I was looking at the name Goliath, because I told you guys in my part 1 conspiracy theory conversation thing that Goliath was immortal. He was taller than the house of David. He was taller than everybody else, right? It was a giant of old type of thing. So he could have came from a Nephilim or an angelic bloodline if you are into the book of Deuteronomy, which has been removed from the Bible. I think the reason that it was removed from the Bible is because it would go against the flood. And I'm pretty sure that the flood happened before the house of David, right? So a giant of old would have survived the flood. But the thing is, Goliath starts with Geo just as well as God. The only difference is the last parts of the Geo for both, for God and Liath. You have Liath and D, Liath, or Liath, D, Liath. I don't know what that is. But I was aware of that, and I thought I should bring it up to you guys. Benhu, let's go on. I want you guys to be cognizant of the word God. God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. Now, okay, the earth. They're calling it the earth. The earth, the planet, was formless. What? It's formless. I don't know why the earth was formless. I don't know. But it says that it had a surface. It had a surface. Even though it was formless and empty and it was dark, there still was a surface of the deep. Now, I don't know if people were thinking of this as water. I don't know if Bibles even go into this or they just leave it to your own understanding. But I don't want to leave it to my own understanding because I wanted to lean into God's understanding. But surface level means superficial or shallow. And they're saying that this energy right here, now the earth was formless and empty, darkness was over the surface of the deep. For it to be surface level, which is deep, it is shallow. And it's superficial. Something. However, the world was rotating and spinning and doing at that point in time, it was superficial, shallow. And it was deep. That was deep. I do believe that it was a shallow existing place. Because it was formless, empty, and dark. When I think about formless, I don't think that it's informal. Like, what I mean is like, when I think that it's formless, I still think that there is some form. There's just not a lot. I don't know why. Because less does not mean none. Less does not mean none. Less means not a lot. But what's the forms? It's not a lot of forms. It's not a lot of beings. It's not a lot of order. It's not a lot of something. It's not a lot. But there is some. Because I know about lesser than and greater than. Yeah, because I took some basic maths once. And now I learned that. Now, I don't know why when they put form and less together, most people, or at least how I used to be set up, I used to think that that meant none at all. But less does not mean. Less means that someplace else has once greater. It was once good. No, it was once a great place. But now it's less than that. Because of how it is formed. I do believe. And it's empty. And people are shallow. And it is dark. Darkness. You know, I used to think that darkness was I used to think darkness was created wrong by God. But it's clearly not. Darkness could be synonymous with evil, right? That's darkness. That's malevolent energy. But also knights. It's making me think of knights. Like Knights Templars. Things like that. Dark entities. It has nothing to do with skin tone. It has something to do with energy. I do feel. But something was deep. I know it was deep. But here we go. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Now, this is where I want you guys to be really cognizant, because in the beginning, it states God verbatim. It's not a spirit of God. It's not a person says, I am God reincarnated. I carry God energy. I am a 33, because I feel like that is what that is, the Spirit of God. Because if it is not, then why in the beginning did God create the heavens, not the Spirit of God? And on my part one, I talked about spirit, right? We have the 3-body problem. They tried to break it down for us kind of on Netflix. If you watch that show, I really didn't watch it, but I did get a synopsis of it. I watched the recaps. You have the body, the vessel, the carcass, which is a form. You have soul, and then you have spirit. Okay. But spirit is, to me, because I do have small children and I like cartoons, spirit is synonymous with like a horse to me. But it's like a fucking superstar, tree hugger. I don't know what it is. But the Spirit of God is definitely like wild horse energy. Stable? I don't know what it is. It needs to be stabled. But the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Now, a lot of people, if you are not aware, you would think that the waters are that surface of the deep. Water is not ever surface level. Water is not ever surface. That is a trick, my friend. The Spirit of God was hovering over some water zones from the beginning. But that don't got nothing to do with God. And you need to be able to discern the two. Because they're two different entities. They have to be, because someone that says, and I am God. And someone that says, but I embody the spirit of it. And since I embody the spirit of it, I want to be able to hover over you. When I think of hover, I think of hover. Honestly, when I think of Hoover, because it says hovering, I don't know why I think of Hoover. J. Hoover, I believe that is like the FBI, Watchmen, Secret Services. I don't know if it's guardian angels. I don't know what it is. But to be hovering, you have to be taller than the rest, right? You have to be bigger, better, wiser, smarter than the rest. Because you're in a managerial position. That's the way that I look at it. Because I don't like nobody hovering over my motherfucking back. Telling me do. I don't like nobody telling me do. You do. Because that's what I like to tell people to do. So, after you get the spirits of God, which to me is like a 33. It's a master. Hovering over the waters, which is not the surface of the deep. Do not think that surface is the deep. That surface is a level. And it's fucking shallow. But that is deep, my friend. It makes me think of Ralph Smart. And he always says, deep dive. But he's a 33. So he would be hovering. He would have been hovering from the beginning of time. Talking about, I have a degree. I have a master's degree. And mental. And we're going to get to mental in a minute. But in God, so it switched, right? It switched. It went back to just God energy. Okay? Because it always starts with God. And then somehow, along the way, you get somebody that says, and they got the Spirit of God, that fucking starts hovering over you. But it got to be a person. It got to be a man. If it's not a man, then it's a free spirit. I don't know, water. But anyway, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. Now, why I have that highlighted, let there be light, is because in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. He created heaven and earth. It don't not say. I don't know if I am just a stickler for words. It do not say that God created light. Some God would have been the light bringer or the light announcer. Some God would have been the light bringer. He did not make the sun. He did not. Well, it doesn't say the sun. It says light. But you know what is so weird? I started thinking about water itself, and it's like electrolyte. Somebody brewed up light once. Sun God said, let there be light. And then there was light. But I also do think that later on, we're going to get to that, it's a minute man. But he's got it down to the seconds. You'll see. Anyway, After God said, let there be light, and there was light, God saw that the light was good. God saw that the light was good. Here is where I need more clarification, because everybody wants to be a good person. I feel, especially if you believe in an afterlife, or if you believe in whatever. What is good? The only thing that God has said is good so far is light. How do you be a light person? Egyptians wanted you to be lighter than a feather. But I don't know how to be a light person, because Egyptians want you to be lighter as a feather in your heart for judgment day. How do you be a light person? You want me to be. You would be confused if you think a light person is a fair person. No? What's a light? Because he said that was good. You would have to become a day person. A person of the day. You have to do in the day. And that is good. Why? I want to own a slave. I don't know. Anyway, God saw the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. So from the very beginning, God would have started separating. He did not bring things together. He only separated. Not only did he separate, he classified. He gave day doing good, night as dark. Bad. It has to be bad. It has to be bad. He didn't verbatimly say it was bad. He just wanted something opposing to it. So what's the opposite of good? It got to be bad. I didn't say it. But God called the light day. That's me. God called the light day. In the darkness, he called night. Day and night. That's not do with kid cutting. Oh, and then there was evening. And there was morning. The first day. God mourned. I don't know if the Spirit of God mourned. But God mourned. God mourned, I think, 6 times. He didn't mourn 7 times. He mourned 6 times. That makes you think of people throwing up the 6, like 6 God. I don't remember the last. But I think it got something to do with mourning. Sacrifices would have been made. Because what? Darkness with rain. Nights with rain. I don't know. You need to do it in a day. I don't know what it is. And there was morning the first day. Now let's go on to the second day. And God said, let there be a vault. A vault. Now, when I hear of a vault, I think of something that is on lock. Something that is a safe, right? God made a vault between the waters to separate water from water. So God separated, not Moses. But Moses is what? The Spirit of God. That's a 33. He separated water from water. Now, God previously, going off the first little paragraphs, the reason why he separated was because something needed to be clarified as good. Now, it's not that he has said something is bad, but it needs to be separated. And from his past reasons, says one is good and one is not. But one is just not good. I don't know. So God made. Now, I told you guys before, when there was light, he did not make it. He did not make it. They say he created the heavens. I feel like the heavens is not outer space. I don't think it's the other planets. I feel like it is a spiritual realm. It could still be on Earth for the hell of it. And he created Earth. That sounds formless. I don't know. Was God formless? Was God formless? Or did God have form? Because something has to be shadow and formless and dark. But I don't know if God is formless. I can't get the big picture because I don't understand them. I probably seen the spirit of God, which is some white man. But God made, if you don't believe me, if you don't have a Bible, I'll show you here. Where is that? I highlighted it for you. God made a vault. God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. All right. And it was so. God called the vault sky. Now I want to stop right there. God created a safe. I kind of drew a picture here. He created a safe. And the safe is called a sky. Now, there's many ways that we can look at this, right? When you look up to somebody that you imagine that lives in the sky, you need to look at it as safe. It is a safe thing to look up to. But is it stuck? Is it a prisoner? Is it not gonna go nowhere? It's not free. Nothing in the sky is free. But for you to look up to it, you need to see that it is safe. But I started to actually just think of our planet itself, because I got confused for a second, because I know that we have a sky. Yes, it's blue. Or is it formless? Is our sky formless? I feel like there's no forms in the sky. It could be clouds, but I'm pretty sure those are formless because those are made of air. So somebody has all our darkness, blue, formless air stuck in a vault. But I started to think about us, because don't we technically live in the sky? We don't live in a space? Like, I just started to think that maybe we are all prisoners. Well, I'm not a prisoner, but the rest of you could be prisoners. If I gotta be in this jail cell, then I want to have free reign, and I want to be a guard. I want to be a guard and have keys. And is sparse. I want to be a rapper. I don't feel like being a rapper. So, but you can look up and see that. I just started getting zoned the fuck out because I started thinking that outer space could be filled up with water. Because he said that there is water underneath the sky, which I believe was already there because somebody was hovering over it. But he just pronounced it. And there's water above the vault. There's water above the sky. Now, do not think that above the sky is the rainwater. That's not. They say that water recycles up, get absorbed in our goddamn clouds. Like, think of a rag or something like that. And I don't know what's ringing it. Something is ringing the water out. But that's why they say don't drink it, because it's polluted or something, because everything that we put in our water. But there's water. There's space water. There has to be, because they're saying that there's water under the vault, which is the sky, and there is water above it. As above, so below. It's a water sign. Honey, I don't know. It could be a fish. It could be a crab. Or it could be death. I don't look at Scorpio as a water sign. I don't know no scorpions that's in water. But when I see a scorpion, I do instantly think death. Because I don't want that thing to sting me. So I don't know what it is. But I just noticed as well. Well, I did just notice. I did highlight it. God has something about letting. He has something going on with letting. Let. But it's like te. He has something goes on with letter. I don't know why. But he likes to says let. Do. Now. Go. These are commands. I don't like being commanded. I'm going to do it. Let it be done. Let it. Only God would be doing what thou wilt. Well, do what thou wilt. The Spirit of God will do what thou wilt. Because what it wilt want to do is to hover over somebody that is as above and so below, which is the water. But everybody else needs to be led to do. I don't know why. It needs to be led. So I didn't notice that as well, so I thought I was throw it out there. And there was evening and there was morning the second day. Now, the second day was about what? God made something, and what he made was a way for you to view things. God wanted to create a way for you to view things, and it has something to do with being safe. It is safe for you to view things this way. It is safe for you to view me as higher than thou. It is safe for you to do. But it has something to do with seconds. Seconds, to me, is a timely thing, right? And with it being the vault that God made, didn't create, did not just let there be and let there be appearing. God specifically made it. And it got something to do with the seconds. And seconds is 60 seconds in a minute. And then he has all those minutes in an hour. And you got all those hours in a day. Which is good. But the night is ungood. It's not ungood. The night is just dark. But. So also on the second day, God created seconds of the day. And it has something to do with safe. It has something to do with bank. It has something to do with money. What the fuck? I don't know what that's how I see it as, because I know about seconds. I don't know about minutes and I don't know about hours. But I don't know that that's about 60s. Oh, it's just 60 seconds in a minute. What the fuck is 60 minutes? Oh, and it's an hour? Why are we still doing sixes? We're rolling sixes? God mourned for 6 days. God's only doing 60. I don't know what about. But anyway, let's go on to the next. And God said, let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. All right. There was already a surface. But he said he won't dry ground. Dry ground to me, when I think of dry ground, I think of bleak. I do not think of a prosperous place. Now, to God, I guess it is for coming. But I do not think that that's prosperous. Because when I think of dry ground, I think of the desert. I think of sand. I think of bleakness. You ever seen dry ground? It needs water. But God separated it. So, get over there. I don't know what I'm doing. Why he keep pushing that water that's above and below around? Like that. Be gathered to one place and let dry ground appear. So, and it was so. God called the dry ground land. Dry. I don't know why I think that got something to do with Revelations. There's something where it says the water dries up, but it's like connected to like the Ifrit's water, but it got something to do with Omega, if I'm not mistaken. Omega would have showed up right then and there. I don't know like what's going on, but dirt is not dry. I don't look at dirt as dry because you can extract water from dirt, I believe. I don't know. Plants do, at least. I do not think of dry ground. When I think of dry ground, I think of like something terrible has happened. Like, why is that ground dry like that? I don't think that's safe. Anyway. Land and gathered waters he called seas, and God saw that it was good. All right. Now, all of this is going to be on the third day, so I did highlight the word seas because C is the third letter of the alphabet, and I did already say that God is lettering a lot. But God saw that it was good. Okay, so that's the second thing that God has said is good. God has not ever said that the waters are good. God ain't ever said that the dark is good or that the nights are good. The only thing so far that God has said is good is light, land. Light, dry land. Right? Well, and the seas. It's making me think of Simba and Mufasa. Where Simba sitting next to his father, and he goes show him he see that dry Serengeti land where the sun hit is good, and it belongs to Simba. Because God ain't said that water is good just yet. I guess he said that seas is good. The issue is you can't drink seawater. If I'm not mistaken, isn't seawater filled up with salt? You cannot drink it. I'm pretty sure it makes you get sick, diarrhea, vomit. God said the seas are good. Not you drinking water. No. Not the water above. No. I don't know. He not even saying that the sky is good. He just said that that's water, some seas. And that's African lions is good. I don't know. But anyway, then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it. All right. So I'm going to keep going. According to their various kinds, and so it was. So again, God did not make it. He did not create it. God did not make the light. He did not create it. God did not make the vegetation. He did not create it. God did not make the land or the water. He did not create it. He's ordered it. It's a new world order. Because it says that it's formless. It's not a lot. I don't like to form it. I would also like to form it. I don't know, but you want me to be an informant? I don't want to be an informant. But according to the various kinds, and so it was. And then also what I got right there is that it became spring. It became spring. The thing that was so weird to me about this third day being about the seeing, about the springs, about what was good, is that God said, let that land do that, produce, vegetating. I don't know why, but I always looked at the word produce as vegetables. I never looked at the word produce like I need to say vegetables. Maybe it's just me. Or if I say the word vegetables, I don't feel like I need to say produce. Because you've ever gone to Kroger's or some store like that, they have produce aisles. Your produce aisles are always fruits or vegetables. So something got into production. And it started to spring forth. And it's about hunting and gathering? No. But they say Neanderthals did that. But we definitely would have went to somewhere African. We would have went somewhere dry as hell. I do believe that's sunny. I don't know. That's just how the hell I feel. I'm back safer. But you gotta bear fruit. You want me to be the bear's witness? Fruits? That's strange. Because he starts saying that them seed bearings needs to be able to reproduce on their own. They need to be able to do it. Because I don't hear him saying that he went out there and started seeding shit. He said, let the land do it. So he wanted to start working the lands. Once him get them seconds down with a safe vault that him make, that you look up to as safe and good, because him told you so, but you don't know what good even means, then you can then start getting things into production in spring. But I said this before. I said this on my part 1, where I was talking about somebody had get a motherfucking Job. And I said there's no way that God could have took the stuff away from Job first. God would have to have gave him an incentive first to do. He would have to give him the money first. So Job already had the Job. Meaning, if you know the story of Job, Job got a pay cut. Job got furloughed because Job already was richer than everybody else because he had a job to do. Because you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's somebody I just watched, I can't remember his name, because he was talking about Taylor Swift's father works for Merrill Lynch and shit. I don't think nobody should ever work for a company that says kill a nigga in the title. And be a pop star. Maybe. I want to be the opposite of a pop star then. I want to be a rock star. I don't know. I want to be a rapper. Kill a bitch. Fuck a Taylor Swift. Anywho, what was I talking about? That's out of form. I forget what it is. I forget what I was talking about. My brain just went blank. I just got bothered. Oh, he said you'll fall on your ass if you try to pull your bootstraps up with your foot in it. You're gonna fall on your ass. Going, what are you? You will probably start doing some crazy shit. You doing some ass backwards because normally you pull up your pants. They want me to pull up my boots while I'm standing up in the motherfuckers by the bootstraps. What? So that's some type of tripping. Make yourself fall. I don't give a fuck. So, according to their various kinds, and so it was. The land produced vegetations, plants bearing seed according to their kinds. Okay, so again, there's some type of desertion, is that the word? Where he's classifying. He keeps everything has to be with their kind. You need to be with your kind, and your seedlings need to be with their kind. And those kinds need to be with those kinds, because some are good and some are dark. But if you're a dumbass, you would think that darkness equals bad if you're shallow and empty-minded. Which he wants you to be, because it's probably too fucking deep for you. So I don't care. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning. The third day. The third day. They said the third day he rose up. Didn't he? Well, I don't think that had rolled up because he had to have some guardian angels because he didn't need to. But on the third day, he did rise up. Spring did do. But they say Jesus took the spot of Ishtar. Well, for Easter. Easter, which represents spring, is now associated with Christ, right? Because on the third day, he rose up from the very beginnings. But he didn't, because Ishtar would have rose up spring. Some Egyptian lady. I don't know if I was already there. It says we have tarot cards. Tarot cards? Because he said he got tarot forming. Well, I had tarot cards. I would never get tarot forming. But if I would have got those cards, maybe my channel would have been doing better. I'm a psychopath, so don't listen to me. So, God saw. So that was on the third day. Let's get something to the spring. I don't care. And God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky. Whoa, shit. So now we are all together. Now we are all together from where I left off. And this is going to be the last page. So I'm going to be leaving off on the second page. But we're on the third day. On the end of the second day, we get to the fifth day. Yeah. Because on the third day, we get to the sixth day. Excuse me. On the third page, we get to the sixth day. On the end of the second page, which is where we're going to be ended off together with our conversation, we're going to end off at the fifth day. So we're going to do 25th. Or 52. So we're talking about years at this point. Or we're talking about Christ. Or Christmas. That's 12. That's a secret. I don't know what it's 12. We're doing 1, 2. Yeah, we're doing 1, 2 because God and the Spirit of God is out there. And those are definitely different things. Because somebody says that I am not the Spirit. I am. And somebody says that I am the Spirit. All right, so let's go on and continue on together. And God said, let there be lights in the vault. So let the light finally be safe in the sky. Because, and it has to be after the third day. Because that light was not in that damn vault, obviously. Because what he put in that vault was something called seconds. What he put in that vault originally was water. No. He didn't have nothing safe. Only your view of looking up to him was safe. He didn't have nothing. Nothing was saved. Because nothing was saved. Because he just had made it. So that light was once out there unsavory. It was once out there rebelling. I don't know what the fuck it was doing. It was out there being free. It was out there not being safe. But after the spring thing, after that third day, it finally gonna get the lights in the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times. What? I know there's a book of Mark that's all about Jesus. So we're doing more marking. So we're going to have to serve as the signs to mark sacred times. But after that third day, we finally get that light that is good into that vault of the sky. I don't know where it was before. I don't know. But it just wasn't being safe. And days and years. So I was correct. We're now talking years. You don't have to believe me. I just know because 52 opposite is going to be the dozen years. So we're talking about our light years. So we're doing 25 billion light years. I don't know what it is. It has to be billions because I think bills goes into vaults. What's 25 billion light years? I have no idea. Oh, wait. What's up? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. In days and years, and let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on earth. So we gotta be talking about two different lights. Because from the very beginning, he started saying that there was light here. Because he said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light. And it was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. And he called it day and he called it night. This light for the days and years, and let them be lights again in the vault safely of the sky to give light on the earth. And it was so. God made two great lights. The greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. Which one got saved? Somebody's a twin? Is it Thomas? Who is this? Okay, so someone didn't make two lights, but someone did make two lights. Lights two? He need to make it. Because who's this is make? And God made. He was now made too. He need to made. He made two? Because at first he did not make no damn light. At first, he only said, let there be. He wanted light. He wasn't good. But he made a vault. And now he finally made a light too. But he's gonna make it safe. Was so great. So we're no longer talking formless. We're now talking greater than. Wow. What lights we has? Men? I don't know what lights. We used to get two. For the nights. And then the day. Why them governing? What's a govern? We got a government. So we got an electoral. What do we got? We've got something governing us. What's a govern? When I think about carcasses, I think about something that's rigged. Because my mama drives a big rig. And she was talking about her big rig is governed. It won't let her go past 75 miles per hour. So something is big rigged. And it won't let you or us in our carcasses go past 75 years. Or 60. Because it's governed that way. So when you start trying to go speed of light or something in the world or something, is something going to come and slow you the fuck down? Something going to come tell you do. Some other light, some lesser. He hasn't specified just yet which one is. Oh, the lesser light is going to govern the night. It's an illusion. I don't know what it is, but we got 2 lights. We need 2 light. He need 2. I don't know, but we got it 2. We only have 1, so we are doing the 1 2. So this is about December 25th. Because I said that already. Because we're doing 1 2. Oh. One's God, and then 1 is the Spirit of God. So those are only 2 things are probably safe. But they're doing a 1 2 for the 25 for the 52. I don't give a fuck. Devil. So, I don't know what it is, but him definitely is a light bringer. Now him is a fucking light maker. He didn't brew it. He didn't make something. At first he wasn't a brewer. Now him is a bruiser. I never get to make a light. He Luke Skywalker. I don't know, it doesn't. Probably 25 billion light years. I don't know what it is. So, anyway, let's continue. So now we got... So even though we are on our 3rd day, we now have 2 night. And we have 2 day. We now have it. We now have it. We didn't have that until God said 2 night and 2 day. Because he need to. So I'm just clarifying. So, to govern the day and the night and to separate light from darkness. So you're not dumbass. I don't know what I want me to say. I mean, I am the teacher. I'm the teacher. As the teacher, I do not. I only have so much data. I have insufficient data. So, but now we have 2 days tonight, and to separate again, cause him like to separate. He don't ever bring together. Cause when Jesus he said that he's gonna bring a sword, because him likes to separate house from house, family from family, daughters from daughters, husbands from husbands. So him all about separating. So he probably want to separate you from your body, or from everything you love, or from the world. Or he can separate you from your sins. He had to tell you what the sin is first, and then he can separate you from it, because you probably like to do it, and he probably won't like you doing it. You know what? I don't like people murdering. I don't like people doing nothing that's gonna get in my way. So, those are the sins. I'm pretty sure that's what God said. I don't like nobody in my way, because those are sins. So, I feel the same. So, I'm probably one of those lesser lights. I'm supposed to be as in a govern. I'm supposed to be governing. Going, get out. That's what Trump's choosing. So, he's also in Genesis. Where am I? And God saw that it was good. So, when we got 2 days and 2 nights, it become good. Because God finally got something in that vault. His shit was empty for a while. It was alone. There was nobody there. Because it was formless. I think his safe vault was also formless. I don't know which part of us is on the vault. I can't figure it out. So I think I live in the sky. I don't know, where is it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I live in space. So, I live in a vault. I don't want to be lovely bones. So, patience. Okay, where is it? Oh, okay, wait. I skipped some stuff. So, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser night to govern the night. He also made the stars. So, after that 1 2, we finally get an Aquarius. What? Isn't Aquarius a star? After he made that 1 2, so I think everything starts off with 1 2. That's probably why every birthday is 12 months. Because 1 2. Because you need to. Well, he need to. He had that greater light and that lesser light. He had 2 kids. I don't know what that is. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. So God thinks that stars are good. Because what stars do is, again, they separate. They do not bring people together. They do not. They are there. They are designed to separate. The problem is, he didn't specifically say that he created a Star of David. What star is it, David? Well, I guess he did create that Star of David. What's of? He started doing a Star David. He started doing a Star David. David Star? No, Hollywood Star. No, what do I? But God, they said those stars are safe. And you can look up to them and believe that those are safe to look at. Now, what is a celebrity and what is a famous? I don't know. But I do believe that that is the beginning of Aquarius. Right then and there. And safe. And it is good. Because somebody brewed up something, and what they like to brew up is the stars. And there was evening, and there was a morning again. So I'm gonna start at morning for stuff. After then, start studying stars. I also will start morning for stuff when I start seeing stars that live up in Safe Town. Live on hills and shit. I start getting mornings going all down. So it says now, and God said, "Let the water teem." We getting teams now? This must be where flags shows up. What's team? Am I saying this right? Teem? Team? We start getting teams. What sports are we playing now? We got star teams. Wow. I don't know. Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. Okay, so let the waters teem with it. Is that a skill? Is that a skill of living creatures? Let the water teem. I don't... Team, okay. I don't know why, but I feel like he should just have let that waters be filled with living creatures. He didn't call them fish. He don't think those are fish. Those things is called creatures. And then water. I don't know if they're night creatures or day creatures. They're just living creatures. And they got a team of living creatures. Just gonna get a team of them. Is it Tim's? It can't be Tim's. Get a team. I want a team of living creatures. It's got a basketball team. How many players is on a team? 30s? 32? I have no idea. 12? I don't know. I started getting it cheaper by the dozen. I don't know when I started doing. Or he got a school, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. So he started letting those birds fly. He said he could believe he could fly. Let the birds fly above the earth across the vault, across the safe of the sky. Why did they distinct the two? Because beforehand, he wasn't saying the vault of the sky. He was simply saying the vault is the sky. Now it is let the birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. But he stopped calling the vault and said, God called the vault sky. Why are there saying that now is not sky? That now is not safe. Now you have something flying above you that is in a safe space in the sky. I don't know. This now only able to go to certain areas. I don't know. That's just how I feel about them birds. Them birds can only fly to certain areas. And certain areas they can't fly to. I don't know if that's true. Probably too cold a climate. I don't know what it is. They can't go too high. I don't think birds can fly too high. Because they're locked in. I don't know what the fuck it is. They want you to think that it's safe for them birds flying over your head. But it ain't. Because they only can fly across the vault. They can't fly out. I don't know, but I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. So God created the great creatures of the sea. So now we have great. For some reason, they think white is great. Great, white, shock. So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it according to their kinds. So again, it's school of thought, and he goes in kinds with kinds. But there's every living creature in the sea that God would give life to, he don't feel that it's good. I guess we know that because God says, and I didn't know that they were distinctly bad. I thought they were bad to eat. But obviously God got favorites even when it comes to things that are living in the sea. I don't know, because he said some are great. He said some are great and some have, because I know that the opposite of great has to be, he don't ever says not, but something has to not be great. In every living thing, those are not living. Those great creatures are no living. No. Because it says God created. So he created again because he needed to make. He needed maids. What he made was of all into night today. What he created was the heavens and the earth. And now again, he now has created great creatures of the sea. So great creatures that can see. And every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it. Why are those great creatures not living? Them dead? What are those? They're not living. I don't know they're not living because the only thing that's living is teams. That's the only thing that's living. Everything else is not. They're greater than you. So we're now talking restoration. I don't know what we're talking about. We're now having greater people. We're now having greater things. Creatures that are great. Birds that are not. And living creatures. That's big strange. It's got some great creatures, but they don't not say them motherfuckers living. Them just great creatures of the sea. I just feel like they can't see. Because remember I told y'all for the sea, that got something to do with season, spring. Season life. You gotta be able to see it. Those great creatures can't see it. They feel like L. They feel like no L. Because that sea don't got no L on it. Great creatures. They got a seal, and what them can't see is Noel. Who the hell is Noel? Probably the Spirit of Christ. I don't know what it is. Are they feel guardian angels? I feel like the team has to be this guardian. Because somebody on that team got to be doing guard. I don't know. Bruh. Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't even know about that damn team. So, and that moves about in it. According to their kinds, in every winged bird, according to its kind. Some birds are not winged. Because at first they said, let birds fly above the earth across the vault. Now them causing them winged birds. So somebody doesn't get wings. Birds. I don't know what they was using before. Was they soaring? I don't know what they was using. So, every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Okay, so we now know that light is good. To be able to see, spring, things grow is good. To be able to watch things grow up is good. And that, no, let's go on. And that the great creatures that see, every living thing in teams that can move about, and birds and winged beings are good. Because God says so. So that's good. I don't know. God, but if darkness is not good, why would God decide to start bad? You know, because I would not start something in a terrible place. That's just me. I don't want to be in a terrible place mentally, and I don't want to be in a terrible space in life that's just bleak and dark. I would have started in the day, not at the nights. I don't know. Wouldn't you have? Well, that's just me thinking. I don't like ever started nothing negative. He started negatively. I don't want to. So I want to start. Well, then, I don't like how we associate the word positively now because it could be tied to a virus. But I would like to start positively. That's me. So don't ask me. Because he's trying to start off being negative as fuck. He started off in a place negative. Earth is just all bad. I don't know how you can sprinkle in a little bit of good in a place that from the beginning was fucking terrible. Anyway. And God blessed. This is the first time God's done blessed. So we need to really... the first blessing happened after the great creature saw and had teams of living things. From that dry place with seeds that do it. Because he don't want to. He blessed them. His get blessed. I don't know what blessed is, because all that time that light didn't get blessed. Them stars didn't get blessed. The waters don't get blessed. That spirit of God not get blessed. I don't know if he blessed himself. Nobody's gonna get blessed until now. So nobody's gonna get blessed. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the water in the seas and let the birds increase on the earth." Now, I told you already, because I think that all women's are birds, because you've got eggs. So somebody feels like you can reach heights and feel safe about it, but you can't ever be free. Can't ever get out. And you sea creatures, as I already told you, I think men are sea creatures. Some are great creatures more than you, birds. And then some are living creatures, less than those great creatures. But them still going to have the spirit of God hovering over them. I don't think you birds have the spirit of God hovering over you. What you got hovering over your head is something called a safe. You women. Or whoever has eggs. Whoever has eggs. What's it say? I don't know. Sky. I don't know. Chip Skylark. I don't know what it is. But be fruitful and increase in numbers and fill the water in the seas. And let the birds increase on the earth. Fill the water. Fill it. Fill it. I don't know why I think fillings. Fill the water in the seas and let the birds increase on the earth. Be fruitful. Be fruitful got something to do with what God says, and let the land produce vegetation. Now, I told y'all about being in a vegetative state. And seed-bearing plants and the trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it. You don't have seed in you. It has eggs in you. So he says, get egg in. I don't know why I see eggs. I always think Egypt. I don't know what shade you do. But do that. And there was evening and there was morning. And that was the 5th day. For some reason, when I think of the 5th day, we have a bank. We have a bank called Fifth Third. Okay. So, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Let me show you why. Where is it? This is the 5th day here. Is that I'm pointing to it? I hope you can see that. And then there, right across, is the 3rd day. So we have the 5th third. Or we have 3rd 5, but we definitely have 5th third banks. So that's a vault. And it's a vault. It really don't mean shit, but you probably don't got a lot of money when you go to 5th third, because you probably need to get to Merrill Lynch, and because you can hover over some people. But and make them be fruit, and says let them. I don't know what you let them, but and God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind. Some of y'all is not created in God's image. I'm gonna need some of y'all people to stop thinking that, because you all have to look the same. How many faces do you think God has? I have heard somewhere that God got maybe a God of 1,000 faces. Okay. There's billions of people on the planet. So y'all think that y'all got the formation of God. Y'all think that y'all got his eyes, his nose, his mouth. If you had his mouth, you could command. If you had his nose, you could understand. You probably could breath life into somebody. And if you had his eyes, you could start to seize on the third day, spring. So I doesn't think that there's a lot of mankind. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of creatures, animals, and shit walking around. The problem is that they like to say sheeple. If you are a sheeple, then you belong to Sheba. Because the buzz is an anonym or acronym for God, right? And that's a sheepo. It's supposed to be women. Women are sheeple. Don't let no wolf in your sheeple. You're gonna be a bad bitch in a fucking sheep's clothing. You probably belong to Sheba then. You probably need to be citizen Sheba. Free me from the vaults from Egypt. I don't know. You need to say it too. So, well, God started says all them animals on things and it was so. God did not make it. Because God did not make it. God did not make it. Because God said he created great creatures. God said, let the land produce living creatures, according to them kinds. That's livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, according to its kind. And it was so. Okay, he do eventually start to say it was good, but at first it wasn't. God made, and it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock, live exchange, according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. It was good. Okay. Then God said, let us make mankind in our image. Who's R? I thought R is our Galatia. Who's R? Because who is R? It got to be Omega. It's the God and the Spirit of God. That's a relationship. Somebody in a relationship with somebody. Because he starts saying, let us. Who the hell is us? Make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea, in the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals. What's rule? What's may rule? I thought mayhem. And that's bad. Isn't mayhem bad? We already talking about spring. So now we're talking about May. That's a Taurus. Somebody want a Taurus? What the fuck is a rule? Is that a govern? No. Governs rule. I don't know. What didn't rule? Who was governing? The lesser light that governs the Knights Templar. I don't fucking know. But somebody's gonna be ruling. But it's somebody else now here. He need to. So he had two. Him had two. So we talking threes? So yeah, we're on the third page, so we're talking threes. Because who's us? I don't know who's us. But somebody's us and ours in ruling. I thought ruling had something to do with 12 inches. I don't know what it is. It's talking 26. It's 26. Why 26? Got a rule. 26. 6, 2. 2 6. What was on that second? What was on that second then? The time, the vault, the seconds. Someone's got to rule. It's the second, 6th. Yeah. The reason I'm saying it got something to do with that is because this second verse or whatever, however he said this, where the hell is it at? This second 6, because it says this is a second 6. If this is 6, it's about the seconds. And this isn't, this is 26. It's not like I'm doing something rules. I know about that vaults and shit about the times. So we need some rules over the times. I don't like that. That's where him lose me with that. I don't like that. But whatever. And so that's when somebody get to lose them freedom. I don't know when somebody get to lose it because he said so. And yeah, and all about animals over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his own image. Okay, so what? Okay, because what? It says God created. So God created. So then he started creating. Okay, but he created mankind in his own image. All right. Who's his? Who's his? Because he said, "Let us in our," but then it turned to no, because one. Because her no one. So when it started doing no one, is one our symbolism there? Because it was once us and ours. But it's no longer about us or it's ours. It's now about him, his, mine. It's now property. In the image of God, he created them. How? Because we already had a them. I always look at us and our as a them. He didn't create them. Males and females. He created them. Why does it say it's in that 3 fucking times? Like, why does it say it's in that 3 times? Are we doing 113s? We're doing 13s right there. So that 13's got something to do with this right here. Is that what Jewish people do? Because I already thought the Dark Knight was bad because motherfucker, I thought that had something to do with Batman. But now this motherfucker was in 2 7s. Let's see what 7 is. When somebody had a maid of all. So that makes sense that this is 2 7 because on that 7 here. Where is it? Right here. So God made of all. Now here on 2 7. God, it says in he created. Okay. So he made man and he created them. Not us, I. 3. And what he decided to cause us is males and females. What? Male? If you took that A out, it's a mule. If you take an A out and you put a U in there, as a sort of like an I, just get yourself a mule. Somebody said they gotta get 40 acres in a mule. You're gonna get yourself a male. What is a 40 acres? Property? That's my property. I don't give a fuck. Get yourself a male and you get yourself a female. I don't want to pay for a mule. I don't want to. I don't know what a female. What's a fee? Fifi. I think 6ix9ine want me to know what that is, but somebody went into his vault. I don't know what it is. Nikki, he created them. So God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful, increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it." I don't even feel it. Feel it? I wouldn't know what he's saying. There's no F-E-E-L. You can only F-I-L-L. It says F-L. I'll F. Live. I don't know what it is. F subdue it. I don't want to be subdue. Some subs though. So I said eat. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. Okay, so we're going to finish this last paragraph because I said I was not going to get to 3, but I got to 3 anyway. And to all the beasts of the earth and all the birds in the sky and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. He never said he gave the female and the male breath of life. He never said anybody. He just now threw that up in there. Somebody can breathe finally. Like, he didn't say that. He said, I created them in my image. They are an image. They are a reflection. They are just an image. It is just an image. It's all about image. He created an image. What the image him created is something called mankind. Male, female. 1, 3. Look at a fucking triangle. And then after all that, after he told him, go do something, go be a fucking fruit, and subdue it, something called earth, and how, I don't know how you get to rule over fish, but do that as well. And the sea, and the birds in the sky. How the hell am I gonna rule over those? And over every living creature that moves on the ground. You know what? The only thing that he didn't say, he said rule over the fish in the sea. What fish in the sea? He didn't call these fish. When did they become fish? When did those things in the water become fish? He called them living creatures and great creatures. He said rule over something called a fish. He didn't create a fish. There's no fish. It says, so God created great creatures of the sea. Let me go up to the top. 20th. God said, let the waters teem with living creatures and let birds fly above the earth. There was great creatures in the water and living creatures in the water. He did not call them fish until after he says it. 1, 2, 3. Male, female. He made sure to put the male first. And what he says is that part is then go rule over something called fish. Who's fish? What's fish? Fish is F-I-sh. That says fee. You want me to rule over it? Why would I be quiet about it? I don't know, because those not those. That's not those. Those is called living creatures and greater creatures than you. But and he said, well, you could have maybe rule over them birds, because he did call them birds, but not the winged ones. You can't rule over those winged ones. Because there's a distinction. Remember, I brought that to your attention. He said, let the waters teem with living creatures and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. And then downward more, he says, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. This don't say winged birds. Oh, do it go down? Okay. Nope, it don't say that. It says rule over the fish in the sea and then crayfish. It didn't say that, but that's a big secret. And the birds in the sky. Those are only the one birds that can't ever be free. They can reach heights, but they can't ever get into that vault. They can't ever be safe. They can look safe, be around safety, but that's not they safe. I don't know, that's what somebody says. But it says also over every living creature that moves on the ground. But not those great creatures that have teams. Not those. I need to get a team. Okay. I have to get a penis and I need to get a team. Wow. God's big sexist. What you even create me for? I just don't like it. In his own image. It's making me think of Dorian Gray. When you paint a picture, he created something in his own image. That's narcissistic. But it's not him. It looked like something. It looked familiar. He created familiar spirits. He didn't create familiar spirits. He already had familiar spirits. Because he had something called Spirit of God. What he created was a familiar being. Being familiar. You're going to be familiar. You're going to feel familiar. He told you to start feeling familiar. I don't know, with rulers. I told you there. And then God said, where is Emma? Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. See? I see something. Spring again. Something sprung up again. Okay. they would be yours for food. And saw the beasts of the earth and all the birds in the sky and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it. I'm still zoned out about that. Because he created mankind in his motherfucking image. I don't know if God need breath of life, but somebody do. I don't know who though. But he just now said that. I feel like that should have been something that was thrown in there. But baby, that felt important to me. Let me highlight that. Okay, breath of life. I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. And I do want to let you guys know that that was the last of the morning. So, let me check before we end this out. Yeah, he don't mourn no more. So, that's all for today. So we will be doing another conspiracy Bible reading study thing, decoding tomorrow, and we will pick up at 2, 3 again, and 2, 3 is about completions. So we are complete. We are, because I feel done. So yeah. I'm a 7. I'm a Cancer sign. I don't want to do no mornings. So Godspeed. God bless. Bye.